Right to the air is Jackson. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now Lamar changing the look. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal, Jackson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Tucker's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the rookie third rounder from Tulane, it's Tyjae Spears. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. Here's Spears on second down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. The coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards.
No, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Jackson on 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Now Spears to begin the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now 3rd down and 7. Levis on 3rd down. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. In motion right is Hopkins. Out of the gun again to Spears. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front. last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now, the offense had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Hand off to Spears. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Now 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Levis. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to Big Way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Play action. It's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Again, it's Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Jackson now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them.
And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return comes to... right at the 44-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
A give for Taylor running right side. And all the way down inside to 5 to the 4. 55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Jackson gonna run, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Off play action, Tannehill. Oh, that is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. To the right side, this is Taylor. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the Titans 31. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, a handoff. Nope, it's a reverse. And that is going to work out just fine. The defense caught leaning the other way. The reverse works for good yardage and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out, it's loose. It's picked up, and nothing but daylight it, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Here's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
This is fielded at the 27th, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very nice. But they get 11 back on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they've pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
143 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
14 yards.
and the Ravens have got it on cruise control.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
At the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here from the right hash. This from 33. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Spears with another carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Fighting him off. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Taylor. Nice little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff, but this is going to go the other way. A reverse. On this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Excellent job on the tackle for loss by Harold Landry, shooting into the backfield. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved.